Yeah, how you doing, Josh?
I'm so good.
Guys, this July 22nd event is going to be just like coming to a convention. If you want to build your belief and you want to hear from some unbelievable science from the Hughes Center, if you want to hear about the vision of the company and what really means to fill the power, you don't want to miss that event. And you want to get as many people as you can on that event. I'd like to see 500, 600, 700 people participate in that event. And we have them. We have them between customers and team members right here locally. And what a great day during the COVID-19 to be able to jump on there and see that. So I'm with Josh on that. Get signed up and get involved. Guys, the dangerous thing about Dan Higginson is nobody knows what he's going to say or do. He's never written a script. I've never done anything. And because I found out that I have the legendary Bobby D on the other line and getting ready to do some training of his own, I thought, well, shoot, I'll just talk to Bobby D live on this call instead of do my convergence factors that you all have heard 1,421 times. So, Bobby, unmute yourself. We're going to have some fun here.
How's that? Am I good?
That's good, Bobby. What's up, brother?
How are you, brother?
I'm awesome. Why don't you share your message that you were going to share, and then I always want to talk to you. I just want to have a conversation.
Sure. Well, I started Primerica way back in 1988. I'm one of those dream network marketers, part-timers, where, I'm just a grinder. I'm loyal. When I believe in something, you got me, as you know, Art Williams, one of your mentors, one of the greatest mentors ever in the world. Part-time, I've made over $1 million with Primerica in my lifetime. I'll never be full-time. I do not recruit anyone into that organization. I just sell their great products. So that's a little bit of background. I also, the biggest thing for me, Dan, that I loved about Primerica and how I assimilated to you guys is the crusade. I learned at a young age that most people were getting really screwed on their life insurance. And that really bothered me, and I got after it like crazy based on the crusade. It wasn't necessarily wanting to make a lot of money. It was the crusade. And then when I met you, when I went out to Utah, and the interesting thing about me is when I actually recruited myself into Synergy. The Dr. Ed had no idea that this was network marketing. And, the Northeast people, we talk a little differently. So when he showed me the product, I said, hey, this looks really good. Can I sell this? And he's like, I don't know. I said, well, is it only for doctors? Because he's a chiropractor. And he said, I have no idea. I said, is this a pyramid? And he's like, I don't know what a pyramid is. So I'm like, ease. So I'm like shaking my. I said, can you tell me who told you about the product? And that's when he told me about Jim Sandberg. I called Jim. I said, Jim, listen, let's cut to the chase. I never heard of your product or your company. Send me like everything. Oversend me stuff. Like treat me like you wouldn't treat. How you drip on people. I said, don't drip. Like flood. Send me emails, send me websites, send me videos. He goes, I'll do one better. I'm going to send you a book. He sent me the Ignaro book. And I said, by the way, send me negative stuff too. Don't make me find negative stuff without you hiding it from me. So he goes, and he laughed and he said, listen, you're not going to find anything negative. And I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm from New Jersey. I can find negative in church. Come on, whatever. So he sends me everything. And here's an interesting point. I didn't jump in right away. Like I took 40 days because I was like, do I want to do this? Because I know me. I'm not going to do something half-assed. I'm not going to, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So I took 40 days looking at all the stuff. I read that book, and then I would say for brand new people, the biggest thing that turned my Synergy business to another level was flying out to Utah and meeting you. Game changer. I toured the facility. Built a person. I fell in love with you instantly. You were immediately a quality, a guy I could feel like, man, not only can I be in business with this guy, but we can have a beer or a drink. Not that you don't drink, but I know you Utah people are a little strange. But we don't hold that against you. But, I was like, right away, I'm like, man, this guy could be like my brother, And then the baseball connection we had, we just hit it off. And then you showed me your facility. And then I met everybody, and it was so anti-rah-rah. It was just all science. And I love that because I'm going to tell you another thing. When I flew out, by the way, I flew out there 3 months after I had 2 months after I had signed up, I haven't even gotten going yet. Because again, I wanted to see, feel, experience everything for myself. I didn't want to go off anybody else's story. I wanted to create my own. So then I meet all the people, and I didn't even know the comp plan. For 2 months, I did not even attempt to read the comp plan because I said to myself, if I'm going to do this, it's going to be based solely off of a love of the product. And it's going to have nothing to do with the comp. And by the way, I only knew one product. I only knew Pro Arch. And I had no interest in any of the other ones. I wanted to just target on Pro Arch, no comp plan. So I go out, I meet you, and everybody said the same thing. They said, Bob, you want the secret to this thing? Go back home and get 10 people on Pro Arch. And I'm like, we're upstairs in the suite. I'm like, come on, give me the real scoop. Like, what? Bob, go back home, get 10 people on Pro Arch. And I'm like, this guy, of course, I wanted to believe you, and I wanted to believe all your crazy stories that you told me. But you don't believe them until you feel them yourself. And sure enough, I come home, and one thing I learned from Art Williams had one of the greatest lines ever. I'm sure you heard of it. Art Williams' line was, and I don't even know if it was him, but it was someone in Primerica. He said, "Light yourself on fire, and people will come watch you burn." Right? I mean, how cool is that? Now, probably not apropos for the times we're going through now with the fires. But you get the gist. So I came home and I'm like, listen, all right, now I'm sold. Product's awesome. This guy is awesome. Sandberg's awesome. I mean, I got it all. So now that's what I did. I shared it. And sure enough, like you said, hey, man, could this stuff really be working in 2 days? Could it be working in 3 days? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. I mean, that's what they told me. These people in Utah told me some crazy stuff, But then reality sets in, right? And here's, if I can give some advice to a new person, and then you stop me when you feel like I'm rambling too much. A new person who gets excited, you got to discipline your disappointment. You got to understand, especially here in the Northeast, we got a lot of negative, we got a lot of Karens. We got a lot of Debbie Downers. We got a lot of, know-it-alls. You got to discipline your disappointment. Not everybody's going to jump in with you. Not everybody's going to believe you, but that's okay. If your belief level's strong, if your commitment is strong, you move forward. And the other problem with network marketing is it's almost like dog time. Like 7 days, one day feels like 7. 1 month feels like 7 because you're consumed with trying to build your business, but no one else is. No one around you, they're not there yet. You have to have levels of acceptance. You got to get to first base. You're not always going to hit home runs. You got to get a single. You got to get a double. You got to get a triple. And sometimes you got to sacrifice. So these are the things that I would say for a brand new person. And to accept then that here's the other thing. When you're building a business, 20% of the people, as you know, are going to do 80% of the work. And if you try to get those 80 to do more, they're going to run away. Leave them be. I mean, by all means, mentor them. Here's what I do. I drip on everybody until they tell me to stop. I'm going to send you a text at least once a week, whether it's an article, it's a video, a call. I'm going to drip on you because everybody's timing is different. Somebody 6 months ago that showed no interest. In fact, just happened to me this week. A woman came out of nowhere and said, hey, I want to try your product. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rambling. Let me shut up.
No, it's great. It's absolutely great, Bobby. Let me ask you this. So when you look at convergence of forces in the marketplace that I've talked so much about, we talk about company and timing and trends and product, and then, of course, the compensation. Really, can you find a hole in that right now? Is there any – I wanted somebody else to hear it from a different perspective than Dan Higginson's.
Well, that's the craziest thing about this is that, it's funny. 10 years ago, I did a YouTube video on the 7 keys to looking at a network marketing opportunity. 10 years ago. And if you watch that video today, all 7, I mean, Synergy scores a 4-star on all 7. It's almost eerie. I mean, you got it all, man. I mean, it's not, and for me personally, I feel like the folks that are with me, and not because it's me, but I'm saying because of my commitment level, because I'm willing to do whatever it takes for my folks. And listen, if you want to be successful in this, you really do have to be You got to Pushing Up People book's one of the greatest books I ever read. Art Williams. You have to be, your people got to be more important than you. So you look at all your stuff. I mean, the mega match is ridiculous. I mean, that's not, I've dabbled in a couple of different network marketing opportunities. It's usually 10%, 15%. You do 100. The fact, here's the other thing. Everyone wants the new thing. Everyone wants to be involved in the new exciting thing. But the problem with the new exciting thing is they got a 1 in 300 chance of surviving. So go ahead and get in with the exciting thing. And yeah, who would take those odds today? Right? Like if you're going to go to, would you apply to a college that has a 1 in 300 chance of you graduating? I don't think you would. But yet most people will jump into the new thing, the fancy bonuses in the upfront. There's a new one now with 3 pills. There's a new, I don't know if you've seen, there's 3. Take these 3 pills and you're done. Oh, beautiful, great. I mean, this is what's going on. So now you got a chance to be in a new thing with a 20-year track record, with integrity, with a manufacturing facility second to none. Never had a customer service team. They're awesome. I mean, so the trends, you beat that. 5, I'll give you, I mean, there's 7 things that Synergy's got going on. That's why I'm in love, bro. I'm telling you, I'm in love. And that's why.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So
yeah.
Obviously you got a 21-year company behind you, but you have a ground floor opportunity here in the United States of America. Yep. Nobody knows us, right? Nobody in the Northeast knows us until Bobby D started going, and nobody in Texas knows us. And it's really remarkable because we built this business in Asia and Europe and all across the globe, but not here in our backyard in the good old US of A. And right now, we know that we have a product in ProArginine Plus that isn't really wanted. It's needed. It's a flat needed product. And you shared some pretty tender stories this week with your godfather, losing your godfather and others. And, it really, I used to say to myself, I thought Synergy was the greatest business opportunity in the world. I really did. I still believe that. But once I knew what ProArginine and some of these products were doing for people without making any health claims, just let them try them, it became my greatest responsibility in helping leave that legacy. What's your thoughts on that?
My cousin's 77 years old. In January, we're at a family party, and we're tight. Some cousins are not. We're tight. We talk regularly. He's also a client of mine, financial client. So we're at a party in January, and he said, hey, I saw some of your stuff about that product. I really want to try it. I'm like, oh, I said, by the way, your sister's trying it. She loves it. Talk to her, and I'll send you stuff. So, of course, I send him everything. Doesn't buy it. And then a month goes by, I drip again, and he just doesn't buy it. 2 weeks ago, he goes into the hospital, and guess what he's got? Blockages in his heart, right? Doesn't come out of the hospital. Didn't come home. He died this weekend. Now, you talk about like a mission. Like now, I can't feel guilty, right? I did my part, but yet you still say, should I have pushed further? Because I'm a firm believer. I know we don't make medical claims, but I'm a firm believer that he might still be alive today. That's how crazy this product is, that we can actually can't make the claim, but we can believe and feel based on the science that he might still be around. The same day, I find out my buddy's wife, 43 years old, has a heart attack. Now, again, this buddy, I shot him the info back in September, right when I got back, October, right when I got back from Utah. He didn't buy it. So I had a 30-minute conversation. He goes, oh, man, I got to look. Meanwhile, his wife has a history in the family of heart problems. We have a product that could potentially keep people from experiencing that stuff. So that's a different level than anything else. It's a different level than even what I do. Like, listen, I do life insurance. It's important. Investments are important. But man, you talk about being able. But I'm not selling like a product that is like. I look at it this way. Like, there are a lot of products in the network marketing industry. They're like oil change type products. When you put your oil change on your car, you don't feel anything. You have to do it, but it's like, whatever, it's maintenance. ProArginine's, man, it's a tune-up. It's a front wheel alignment, right? It's like you get in your car and you're like, damn, I feel this. You know what I mean? So to me, that's why this, and the retention rate of the product. You said it. You said it was 53, 1.3 when I was in Utah, and I'm like, that's nuts. I mean, most products are less than 10. But I got to tell you, from my personal experience, listen, I'm only in this a few months, 4, 5, 6, whatever. But I don't think I have one customer that has not reordered. Not one. I mean, with the exception, there was a couple that didn't like the stomach, the loose stool. But from any, I mean, what are we talking about? 90% potential? And again, that's not what we're saying this is. So for disclaimer purposes, but from my personal experience, people don't come off this.
Yeah.
They don't come
off
awesome.
This. It's awesome. One more thing, so when you're generating an opportunity that you can truly leave a legacy. I was talking to Mark Comer, he's a guy that sold his first internet mall for over $500 million to Excite at Home back in the 90s. And I was talking to him one day, and he said, Dan, Synergy is the single greatest business decision I've ever made. And the reason is because I'm actually touching lives. I'm actually seeing people's lives change. I'm seeing a difference in them. I'm seeing them become happy and become a part of a social relationship that's second to none. Some of them are just customers, but he's touching them. And that's important. So we're going to wrap it up, guys, with this. Opportunity in the marketplace is because of a process of convergence. And Bobby and I have talked about it. They're facts. The company's rock solid. 60-something years of combined experience between us and Nature Sunshine. 33 biochemists, scientists, and doctors working on your behalf every day, testing over 600 different tests from quarantine to leaving the office to your doorstep on product delivery, quality, service, integrity. The only company with the Hughes Center for Innovation and Excellence, the only company that's doing real tests and studies and scientific validation studies, placebo and medical, off the streets using people. I pinch myself, and in COVID-19 with WhatsApp and with Zoom and with all these things, there's no excuse to go out there and not set your dreams high and go do it. And Bobby's proven that, right? He's proven that as one of the top recruiters and customer acquisition guys in the company in the United States. Dr. Jim Sandberg having wild success right now in chiropractic, naturopathic offices through a doctor's program. You guys can make a decision to move forward the way you want to move forward. And whatever that takes is what it's going to take. But at the end of the day, when you have that in a dual linear mega match, it allows you to partner with the people you love, care, and adore, respect, and want to partner with for life. And if they didn't want to make an extra $500 a month, you can match that $500 a month. If they have bigger visions and bigger dreams like a Mark Comer, then sky's the limit. The beautiful thing about Synergy is that it's like any other business. It takes grinding. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes discipline. You heard it from Bobby tonight. Everything he touched on was talking about discipline, was talking about persistency, was talking about getting in front of people, sharing the product, showing the product. And you know what? The greatest thing that I heard him say tonight, God bless his friends' souls on both sides, is that he at least shared that product. What if he wouldn't have shared that product with his godfather? That's a whole different ball game. Because once you understand what I know and what I see and what you've all seen in your lives, then that responsibility starts to weigh on you. You got to at least give them that opportunity, right? 120-day risk-free money-back guarantee with no claims whatsoever. Just try it. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Go out and live, love, learn, leave your legacy. Bobby, thank you so much. Keep grinding. Keep working hard. Incredible week at Synergy Worldwide. And you know what? I promise you on July the 22nd, you're going to want to be at that event. You want to hear about the latest news. You want to hear about the vision. You're going to want to hear from our corporate executives. You're going to want to be in that. It's going to be like you sitting in Salt Lake City at the Marriott downtown, except you're going to be sitting in your home because of this stupid disease we call COVID-19. So, guys, thank you so much. Bobby, thank you so much. I'm going to turn the time back to Josh.